on the problem. DSC 2022, question number 30. Two players A and B are playing the following game. In each round, one of the players draws a number randomly from an urn containing 0, 1, 2 up to 9. Suppose that player A is drawing at round T. If she draws a positive even number, then she continues to draw in the next round. Okay. However, if A draws an odd number, then player B gets to draw in the next round. Okay. If 0 is drawn, then the game ends. Rules are the same for both the players. Suppose A starts the game, find the probability that the game ends with at most one player change. That is, if A is starting the game, then A continues and the game ends, or A is there, then somewhere it changes to B and then the game ends. Okay, so at most one player change means change from A to B and then back to A is not possible. That is two player change. Okay, so at most one player changes, that A keeps playing and the game ends, or A plays, there is a change to B and then the game ends. Okay, so let's try and understand what will be the probabilities here. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there are 10 numbers, out of which numbers are to be drawn. Probability that you get a even positive number, that is 2, 4, 6 and 8. 4 out of 10, that is 2 by 5. So this is the probability that the person continues in the next round. So this is the probability of continuation in the next round. Probability of odd number, which is also probability of player switch. How many odd numbers are there? 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. 5 odd numbers out of 10. So this is the probability of the player will switch from A to B or B to A in the next round. Probability that the game ends is equal to probability of getting a 0. Getting a 0 is 1 out of 10. Okay. Right. Now, two cases I will make here. One case is game ends without any switch. So how many switches? Switches. Zero switch. Zero switch basically means A keeps playing and the game ends. Okay. So game ends in the first draw itself. Probability 1 by 10. Game ends in the second draw. There is no switch and the game ends in the second draw is first draw, even positive number, then the game ends. Game ends without any switch in the third draw. First two draws, I get even positive numbers. Third draw, game ends. Okay, so what is the probability that the game ends without any switch? Probability that the game ends without any switch. 1 by 10, you can take it as common. 1 plus 2 by 5 plus 2 by 5 whole square. A by 1 minus R. 1 by 10 into 5 by 3. 1 by 6. So 1 by 6 is the probability that the game will end and there is no switch. Am I making any sense? If I am, then please raise your hand. The game is ending without I am not switching and the game is ending. So switch not possible, zero switch. Game ending in the first trial itself, game ending in the second. So first trial even positive, no switching is happening, 1 by 10. No switching in the first two, then the game is ending in the third. This is how we continue on. It's an infinite geometric progression. Okay, so very interesting. Now try to think what happens if I have one switch. Now the switch can happen in the first one switch. Now the switch can happen in the first draw, in the second draw, in the third draw. Find out different cases. What will happen if the switch happens in the first draw, in the second draw, in the third draw? And then you'll find a pattern and then just add the two. At most, one switch means either zero switch or one switch. So you have to basically add the two probabilities. Okay. Now, tell me what will be the answer. The poll is already open. Make an attempt. Come on. Okay. So one switch. Now, the switch can happen in the first toss itself. That is, odd number comes up, probability half. And the game then either ends or it continues. So after the switch happens, then the game has to end with B. Okay. After the switch happens, the game has to end with B. So the game ends with a probability of 1/6, because with no switch, the game ends with a probability of 1/6. So that is what I will do here. Right? Switch happens and then the game ends with B. Now, B can end the game in the first or in the second or in the third, or it goes on. So this is what we'll use, that the game ends with B. The switch happens in the second. So first one, no switch. Second, switch happens, and then 1/6, the game ends. Switch happens in the third. First two switch does not happen. Then the switch happens, and then the game ends with B itself. So this is again a pattern that you'll see. The pattern is 1/12 common, 1 plus 2/5 plus 2/5 square into 1/1 minus 2/5 5/36. So 5/36 is the probability that the game ends with exactly one switch. So probability that the game ends with at most one switch is probability no switches or zero switch plus probability exactly one switch. Okay. (36) LCM. Answer 11/36. Answer is C. 11/36. ओके, ये देखिए ऑप्शन 3 करेक्ट आंसर भी दिया हुआ है इन द पेपर. आंसर इज 3, 11/36. इज दिस ओके विथ एवरीवन? बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग क्वेश्चन था. एंड नाउ most of you will be able to do DSE 2006 question numbers 31 to 33. Okay. If you have not yet attempted this, please attempt it right away. Tomorrow will also be a probability class. Tomorrow I will be doing this question. Okay. So I want